Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. We're doing well because having a wonderful 14 December 2024. Today we're doing a special video. And I know I say so a lot, but this one is really special. In my heart, my achy breaky heart. Don't know why I was singing Billy Ray Cyrus this morning, but when you're singing Billy Ray Cyrus, it cannot be a bad day. Or is the other way around? When you're singing Billy Ray Cyrus, can it be a good day? One of the two. I'm gonna take my risk, right? So we're doing a fucking video that's amazing because we're gonna be doing undisputed, the three of them, by my mind. By my mind. What does it mean by my mind? Well, it's kind of simple. So we're gonna do a movie review of a movie that I haven't seen in years, but it was so important. Now I know what you're saying, dude. Why don't you just watch the movie and review it, right? Well, because something just happened. It's not a nuclear war, thank God. It's not me becoming a father, sadly. It's not me winning the lottery, but I don't buy tickets, so how can I win? Well, there's a chance. There's a chance out there. The really good news is that we did a video about not Undisputed, Never Back Down. And I couldn't find the first movie, and I was like, dude, should I wait for the first movie? Should I just do a review? We did the first movie by Heart. It's warm in the apartment. It's warm. It's warm as shit in the apartment. So I was like, okay, how can I do this? What can I do with this? So the answer was, I'm gonna do it by memories. And then I was talking about Undisputed, and I was like, holy shit, I haven't done this video by then. But it's such a movie that's important for me. So the reason why Undisputed is super important for me, extremely simple. We're gonna go all the way back to 2012. I was listening to Skillet, the deeper side of me. I swear I let you see. I need a hero to save me now. Fun fact: I was 20 years old and I was watching AMV. I got tired but still wanted some music. A video came up and it was Kill It Again, but this time it was Boyka, my friends. They said that this movie was awesome, but I never heard of it. So we saw an amazing scene of MMA between Boyka. And fun fact is, before I left my father's house, we moved to my mom's house, where I started listening to Skillet. Not related, or is it related? I don't fucking know. And one of my favorite movies back then was Never Back Down. Get it? One of my favorite movies back then was Never Back Down. I'm a fucking poet. If you believe in reincarnation, possibly the uglier brother of William Shakespeare's reincarnate. Oh, the prettier brother? Well, thank you so much for complimenting me. I wasn't fishing for it, but I guess I caught Moby Dick. A little cultural reference. Just I saw that, I was like, holy shit, that's kind of cool. So I was like, okay, well, Undisputed. Now, the fun fact, by then, the laws of YouTube were very different. We're talking about 2012. We're talking about 7 years in YouTube before the copyright system was what it is today. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be able to find a movie. So I find Undisputed 2 and I find Undisputed 3. Now I'm so happy because Undisputed 2 is so good. Undisputed 3 is so good. But then I couldn't find Undisputed 3. Undisputed 1. So I look at it, and I found it. So number 2 and number 3 are pretty much my favorite. The number 1 isn't great, but we'll see why. So I don't know how to do it. Should I do number 1, number 2, number 3, or should I talk about the general concept of Undisputed? I think I'm going to do the general concept of Undisputed, and then we're going to be seeing how it affects each of our main character, because there's 3 different main character. Good? Great. So, in the first, the Undisputed is basically prison fights. Basically, televised, broadcast. Ooh, baby. Broadcast prison fights. You're like, okay, I can't get behind that. There's people behind it. Get it? Like there's money to be made. So in the first movie we have this champion, right? And he's going to jail for whatever reason. It doesn't fucking matter. But we have this champion, and he's a champion. And it's funny, we have the world boxing champion, right? See, that's what I don't like about Undisputed One. It's the second and the first, the second and the third one are MMA. The first one is boxing. Now, is boxing not good? I like boxing. I think boxing is cool, but I do believe that MMA is a bit more of a gladiator sport. Boxing is tactic, technique, science. There's a science of boxing. MMA is just like, okay, well, what's my matchup? Is it a good matchup? Or is it a bad matchup? Right? Now, with Undisputed One, you have boxing, and I would have liked boxing more if they kept it for the first movie, second movie, and third movie. But in the second movie and the third movie, they do MMA. It's like, ugh, I cannot get behind that because it's different. Which doesn't mean it's bad, but it's different. So you're like, okay, I got you. So what's going on after is, in the first one, we have the world champion, and he goes into jail, and it's like, oh no, we have the champion in the work. Champion played by Wesley Snipes. If you don't know Wesley Snipes, you don't know Expendable, you don't know Blade, missing out. You don't know also, I'm trying to find a movie with Wesley Snipes. He has a bad name in Hollywood. I don't want to go to Hollywood, but I heard that he has a bad name. So the movie is actually good. The movie is about this old boxer, this old mafia. So you got some if not many, you got some, but if not many of prison. The way you think about it. I'm watching this show called 60 Day In, which is more like prison. I feel like Undisputed is more so like, okay, well, this is what we think, that this is what media tells us that prison is. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of There's Kingpin, but there's it doesn't feel like a prison. It feels like a movie. Okay, it doesn't feel like a prison. It feels like a movie that's in a prison. That's about it. The second movie, ladies and gentlemen, is mucho más grande. It's a lot better. It's a really good movie. So the second one takes place in another jail, and this one we have Michael J. White. I can kind of see why I thought about Undisputed while talking about Never Back Down. Just saying. But it's a lot of a better movie. This guy, again, is a champion. This guy gets framed to go to jail. And then when he's in jail, it's like, no, we have a competition. And, my apologies. And it's like, if you fight, we'll be good for you. We'll be really good for you because you'll get out. Alright, so you understand that it's a prison and we'll make some cash. So kind of a dirty things to do because they kind of frame him. But there's an opportunity for him. The second movie is fucking so freaking good. It is so good. It is Michael J. White, who is a prisoner. And the reason why it's so good is because now we're talking about other characters. The first one felt weird. It really feels weird. It's more so like the first one feels a lot like Raging Bull, which is a great movie, which is a fucking classic, right? The second one feels more like, you know what, it's a fighting movie. Fuck Raging Bull. Fuck your preconceived notion of fighting movie. We'll give you a fighting movie. That's our way. So there's a lot of it's really nice because you're building a character now. You're building a character which you might not like, but you're building a character which is Michael J. White. And the reason why you may not like him is he comes in pompous, is like fuck you. But actually he gets into it's nice because he has his friend, which is his roommate, is a cellmate, and it's noise. It's really noise because he's like, okay. That's the first guy is nice to me. So there's this prison where there's this leader called Boyka. Now Boyka, it's really nice because he's a criminal and he gets to jail. But you can kind of see that even though he's in jail, he has the best of life. He has nice clothes being jeans when everybody else is wearing fucking jumpers. I think jeans are a step up, but that's my opinion. And then he has Boyka is teaching him. He's telling him shit, but you realize that everybody's afraid of Boyka. Everybody's afraid of Boyka. So at the first, Chandler, which is the name of the character, how can I remember that? I don't fucking know. But you realize that Chandler comes in, it's like, oh, everybody's like, Boyka, I'm the odd guy out. Now, technically speaking, we're in, I don't know, I'm going to say Russia, but it might be Romania, it might be Moldavia. I don't fucking know. I don't know. So, super corrupted prison in the movie, I don't know if we're there, maybe. So then Chandler realized that Boyka is kind of like a dictatorship. Right? Nobody likes him. No, everybody's afraid of him. So it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna fuck him up, and it's nice in a sense of, okay, well, he's an asshole. Let's fuck him up. But it's not nice in the sense of, you see, in the first movie we have the world champion, and the second movie the protagonist, the antagonist, is a fighter. The protagonist in the second, well, you know what? It cannot have the champion of the prison. We have to make him a bad guy. If the movie, the reason why I am not down with that is because I would have liked a fighter. If the guy's a fighter, then you don't really need to do more than that, right? As long as he's a fighter, it's fighter versus fighter. Now, Chandler comes in, and Chandler fights with Boyka, and gets destroyed. Now, the problem with Boyka is Boyka uses his feet. Boyka uses wrestling. Boyka uses everything in the book to beat Chandler. Chandler's only using his fist. So he gets on another trainer, and the trainer's like, yo, I'm going to help you out, I'm going to help you out, I'm going to help you out. And the nicest thing is, Chandler, when it comes, he started to get respect. He started to beat up the cronies, which is a great word. Started to beat up the cronies of Boyka. And then people were like, yo, this guy's working for us. He's working with us. He wants to free us from the dictatorship of Boyka, right? Russia, dictatorship, maybe some underlying governmental affair, some political critics of the current or past system in Russia. Then we have, of course, Chandler winning over Boyka. But what is really cool is we don't like Chandler. And at first he's a fucking asshole. It gets better. It's kind of cringy. It's kind of cheesy. There's a lot of moments you're like, oh, dude, that's so cringe. But it's a good movie. It's a good, like... And I mean this honestly. I mean this in a passive way. It's a good D movie. So it's not your AA movie. It's not super, there's a lot of budget. But it's actually good. Now the third movie, right, is amazing. So Boyka, who was defeated, had the rise to fame. Boyka, who was defeated, understood that his mentality was not good. So what was his mentality? Boyka was like, I'm the next big fighter. I'm the next Muhammad Ali. I'm the best fighter there is at this prison, and nobody's gonna tell me otherwise. Now, the reason why that's cool is you understand that he's a fucking asshole. You understand that he's a fucking dictator because he thinks that he deserves more than the others. And why is that important? Is because you're basically saying, okay, well, I am the way I am because there's belief in behind me, right? And he even talk about the fighting as almost a religion. So like, okay, this guy is really into it, right? Which is great because you want a character that's into it. 40% and 22% schnitzel. But this one I don't have a lot of storage. We have 12 minutes of storage left. So in the second one, Boyka believed that he's invincible, and that's why he's acting the way he is, until he realized that no, he's not invincible. Holy shit! You saw that? I have to give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec. We fucked it up. I fucked it up. But when I fall, I get off against the wall. Till there's nothing left to feel. Just know that we're gonna be upgrading Mado. Don't make me cry. Don't make me sad. Don't I don't know why. Keep making me laugh. Let's go get high. 'Cause you and I were born to die. God, please save me now. I was lost, but once I was found. I feel so alone on a Friday night. And you make it feel like wrong if I tell you you're right. It's like I told you, honey. Don't make me laugh. Don't make me cry. No, I don't know why. Keep making me laugh. Let's go get high. 'Cause you and I are born to die. Let's go. Now we're good. I didn't have enough power on the second playthrough. The third movie, really, really phenomenal. We've seen that Boyka is defeated. And Boyka, when he gets defeated, he realizes that he goes into, like, not necessarily a depression, but he goes into questioning himself. And the craziest thing is, once he loses, nobody respects him. So he went from prison king to prison fucking janitor, I guess. And Chandler really fucked up his knee. It really fucked up his knee. So then what happened is, I forgot the second movie. There's a really sweet scene where there's an old man teaching Chandler, and then the old man kind of saves his life. So Chandler does save his life also. I don't know if it's a mosquito or something. They're not supposed to be mosquito in the winter. So in the third movie, we have Boyka, and he becomes a good guy, and he becomes the protagonist. So you realize that Boyka was wrong, and he realized what he's done and how wrong he was. So he became kind of nice. and it's nice because there's none a it doesn't start helping people. It doesn't start being like, oh, I'm gonna be your best friend, dude. So they take him from this jail and they're going into another jail and they're taking different prisoner. They're saying the one that wins the tournament, because it's like a tournament, it's like higher stakes, will be free. So Boyka goes in, and there's a ton of people that you really like. The fighting is amazing. Scott Adkins, which is Boyka, easily my favorite. I really like Michael J. White, but I felt like in the movie it's a bit cringy. So that's kind of like his characters. And Wesley Snipes, good character, but he's a boxer, not a fighter. Well, he's a boxer, he's a fighter, but he's not an MMA fighter. So yeah, so Boyka goes in. There's different. It's kind of cool because you get used to character. There's this other character who's like the American, and he's really cool because he blocks a hit, and those are fucking made of stones. So he's like, he blocking the hits, he gets the other guy tired, and then punch is finished. But he gets defeated. So Boyka actually defeat the other guy. Now there's a crazy thing that that happened in the third movie. In the second movie, we need to make Boyka a villain, so we want to fuck him up. And the third movie, like, well, guess what? Boyka isn't the biggest problem here. The other guy is actually a junkie, and because the other guy is actually a junkie, then he acts like a junkie and he gets high. And you're like, okay, well, Boyka has no chance. But it's a really good movie. The three movies are really good. Now, once again, why I really like Undisputed was because it was free. I got to watch them multiple times. I think it's a very cool. I think it's a really cool like trilogy, and that's pretty much it. So the third movie, at the same time, yeah, I didn't talk about the third movie a lot, right? The third movie possibly has the best fights, but doesn't have the best story. The best story is gonna be the second one. The second one, the story is fucking phenomenal. And the third one, the story is good also, but it's more so about the fights, so there's less of it. And narratively speaking, I think the narrative in the first one was good also, but the fighting was lacking. I think the narrative was better in the second one, which was the best, and the third one. Now, apparently, there's an Undisputed number 4 that I don't even give a fuck about watching, but that's pretty much it. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Love, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy.